Breaking: massive Islamic, quote, security threat found in America. This is bad. The demand for a wall on our southern border is not intended to just keep out illegal aliens. It's also for internal security threats. A security analysis recently released by the National Center for Policy Analysis documents the growing threat of Islamic extremism in Latin America. The report warns that terror groups have, quote, the capability and infrastructure to strike the United States from Latin America. Saudi Arabia is known to be a major source of international terrorism, and the Islamic nation is investing millions of dollars to build mosques and community centers in Latin and South America. They are attempting to expand their reach and indoctrinate new adherents to their Wahhabi interpretation of Islam. The terror attacks of 9/11 were conducted in accordance with Wahhabi teachings. Osama bin Laden and many of the hijackers hailed from Saudi Arabia. The report explains that the small Caribbean island country of Trinidad and Tobago is one of the greatest threats. In 1990, Islamic forces attempted to overthrow the government, which is the only ever attempted coup by Muslims against a Western government. Trinidad and Tobago has since become a hatchery of radical Islamic terror. To date, around 100 Latin Americans are known to have joined ISIS, 70 of whom originated from the tiny island nation. There are two major factors that allow radical Islamic terror to thrive in Latin America. The governments of Latin America are unable to prevent criminal activity, which has allowed an illicit financial sector to thrive. Additionally, the government's lack control over its borders allows terrorists to travel between countries unhindered. While Saudi Arabia is a problem, the larger threat is sponsored by the Islamic Republic of Iran. Iran has established the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, which is an elite military unit with the sole purpose of protecting Islam. Iran, through this force, has been able to establish strongholds across Latin America to Southeast Asia. The Islamic Guard has established the infrastructure and the ability to strike us directly from their stronghold in Latin America. It is unlikely that a first strike would derive from the region, but Iran would be able to launch a retaliatory or revenge strike against us if we attempt to curtail their expansion in the Middle East. The Monroe Doctrine is a historic declaration established by the president of the same name in 1823. The doctrine stipulates that any effort by a foreign power to control any country in the Americas would be viewed as an unfriendly attack against the United States that could be met with force. This doctrine has been applied as recently as the Cold War and typically refers to European powers. However, in this era of global terror, the doctrine should apply to the forces of Islam. There is a radical Islamic invasion taking place in our sphere of influence, and it should be considered an attack against us and our way of life. We need to work with the governments of Latin and South America to prevent the spread of Islam and to maintain our historic alliance. We cannot allow even a foothold to establish in our own backyard. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you for watching.